That's it.
One fist. What? Wait, what does he flies one fist sometimes? Two, like two?
Oh my God, my knuckles are ashy. Let me get that out the camera.
No. Caught that 4K.
It was cold.
Shit.
It was cold outside.
It is cold. It snowed over here, like in this, not here, but like it snowed close. I'm not ready.
Close.
I'm not ready for this. I am not.
Jacob,
hi everybody.
Do they skip? Hold on. Do they skip fall in Florida? Is it just winter weather to y'all too?
Winter weather.
It's pretty much it's summer, and then
Spring.
this past couple of days it's actually gotten cold because of cold fronts. But I mean that'll probably stay. And I say cold, it's like low 60s.
That's
so
too
not
cold for Florida.
It was 28 when I woke up this morning.
But it'll stay like that until basically January's over, and then it'll go back to summer.
Sounds horrible.
It's
awesome.
Feel horrible for you. Really do.
I'm in the cold now, and then I get to leave. So
yeah,
and then you're just gonna be hot all the time.
I mean,
make sure you take some
has colder
anti-chafe.
winters in Florida. I don't know what it's about, but
I mean, I'm in cold right now. A girl about to leave as well.
Shut up. You're so stupid. Your hair ain't even that long.
You know, it's a little long, although he chopped up like 9 inches earlier. Anyways, hi everybody. It was like the longest intro ever. We're back. Another episode. We've got surprisingly tons of DC stuff today, this week. And not all of it. Well, all of it's bad, but like not all of it's bad. Like we're not going to like just beat it into the ground like we normally do. There's some optimistical things that are happening over at Warner Brothers. Whether they happen or not, or happen sometime in my lifetime, that's different. But there are things happening we will talk about. Also got some stuff in gaming. We have your size section, which what?
I said lots.
Size section, and apparently the best thing I've seen all week, which I didn't put in there, so I don't know what it is. So I didn't do it. So we'll find. We're gonna find out what it is real quick.
It's hilarious is the way that I didn't share the screen yet. So
it's okay. It's okay.
This
We're
podcast
literally
is great. Rated 5 stars.
Yeah.
It looks like I guess Jacob, you said you put this in here.
Yeah.
As many of you know, Guillermo del Toro had a release of a Pinocchio film.
Not like there wasn't a Pinocchio already this year.
Oh yeah, there was the second Pinocchio this year. I don't know which one.
Apparently there's 3. I don't know anything about the third one, but apparently there's a third one coming out. But
of course there is.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the one with
it's like stop motion
McGregor as
yes,
Cricket.
Oh no, Jimmy Cricket?
Yes. I want to say yes. I will fact check that as we talk about, as you talk about what we're looking at.
Oh no, wait, no. Maybe not. Maybe that one's the one that was like
the other one.
But father, I want to have the whole world to see or whatever, and that was like earlier this year. Remember that one?
No clue.
Anyway,
ain't no telling.
The reason that this is the best thing that I've seen all week is Guillermo del Toro.
No, this is it. This is it.
Yeah. Okay.
Ewan McGregor is J Cricket. Sebastian J Cricket.
Yeah. This is the best thing I've seen all week.
Wolford is the Candlewick.
Jeez, I'm gonna let you finish.
Sorry, I'm looking at like everyone that's in this movie.
Just be talking, bro.
No, like I'm looking at who's in this movie, and I'm just like Kate Blanchett, Finn Wolford, David Bradley, Tim Blake Nelson.
Anyway, so he was at the premiere for Pinocchio, and why I put this as the best thing I've seen all week is even if Adam had one, this is really cute just because he's smiling, he's waving to fans, he's even messing with like the little puppet here of Pinocchio. And I found out after watching this video, because this video has been online for like 2 weeks, I found out this past week that the premiere of Pinocchio, where this video is being taken, was the day after Guillermo's mother had passed away. And it fills my heart to see like Guillermo still keeping his responsibilities on top of like still wearing a smile. And on his Twitter, he said he's got, in honor of his mother, he's got a scholarship coming out. But I don't know. I just like, even though it's just a video of just some guy waving and smiling, it's just like really, it's wholesome.
Dang, he really doing the whole photo op too. Bruh. Couldn't be me.
Not
I'd
after
be at
one on
home.
bed. I'd be crying.
I'd be at
sobbing
home.
in bed.
I'd be at home. Hey, Adam, did you enjoy your time out?
It went a timeout, whatever.
I could put myself in timeout.
That man really just started going. He was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," but also
I saw look. First of all, you guys asked for a fact check. I went to fact check it, and then I saw the cast that was in there. It's a very interesting cast.
Checked.
It was a very, but I didn't realize how many like big names are in the movie.
And look at you, and now you're probably like, "How did I not watch this? They got big names in it."
Because it's not out yet. That's how I didn't watch it. No, it doesn't come out till next week.
Here I am thinking I'm behind. Meanwhile, I'm ahead. That's crazy.
Yeah, no. I mean, as we record this,
October
it's the 20th. Yeah, it's the 20th.
The day
5
before,
days away. 5 days away from Black Panther: Wakanda Forever premiere.
Apparently 6. It moved another day.
Oh, I went to the 26th.
Yeah, it moved to the 26th. I was like, they just changed it to the 25th.
That's a Wednesday. That makes sense.
Yeah, hump day.
That does make sense. Like it's usually that middle. It's either Monday or Wednesday usually.
Beginning of the week or the middle.
Yeah, it's one of the two. That does make sense. But I mean, like everyone has to be careful. There are going to be so many people trying to spoil things. Like I literally before, I mean, obviously we'll get into it, but like worst kept secret of Black Adam obviously is something, which I won't say if you don't know it. We'll give you a spoiler head up later. But somebody screen recorded a screen recording of somebody recording it in a theater, the end credit.
And like, you mean to tell me on No Way Home type shit? Like it was a video on a phone.
Basically, it really was because like it stopped. The person was screen recording it, and then you saw the person, like the video stop, and they pulled it down to like hit the stop recording button on the iPhone. That's basically what he did. And it was just like, first off, you're an asshole for putting that out. Second of all, you're going to put it out, at least edit it correctly. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just want to punch you. So anyways,
the leak culture is awful these days, bro.
I'm done with that. We're moving on. I'm not even going to get into it. I will be on a soapbox for a while about that. I got like a 3-minute video coming out for that later. I'm pretty pissed. So moving on though, we'll go to video game. How's everybody's week though? I know Jacob, you're getting really close. It's almost wedding time. Jordan, it's almost wedding time for you and me. To go out there.
I was so confused at first. I was like, "Are we getting married?" I
didn't tell Jerry yet. Shh, quiet.
Yeah.
But yes, it's almost time for you and me. By the way, that's a very nice jacket, sir. Very nice jacket.
It is. I love this jacket. This jacket
very
is
nice
fire.
Jacket.
My eyes hurt. I got new glasses.
Do you like mine?
And no. I'm just kidding. Guys, I promise we're all friends. No, my eyes hurt because I got new glasses and they were like, the astigmatism correction is gonna like hurt for a few like 5 minutes, and it's been 2 days and my eyes are like
I love your glasses.
Thank you. I think they look like Edith.
Mm-hmm.
I think they very much give Edith. I also like ripped my nose ring out my nose in my sleep last night, and so I have like a swelling right here now, so that's cool. So yeah, anyways, out of sympathy for me, rate this show 5 stars on Apple, Spotify, wherever your podcasts are found, and also hit the like button on the video.
Not the sympathy move.
Moving on to gaming though.
Do you want me to start playing Sarah McLachlan in the arms?
Speaking of in the arms of the angel though, Batman's dead in Gotham Knights, guys. Okay.
Holy hell.
That's the premise of the game. Whether or not anything's been spoiled for the plot for you, I don't know. I don't care. Nothing's been spoiled for me, thankfully. People are leaking it out there. But game comes out officially tomorrow. A few people have already gotten their hands on it because a couple of GameStops got a early release. Watch this little clip that they put out today. When night falls tomorrow, a new guard must rise. By the way, I just want to say, any of this promo is from the PC version officially.
I just want to let you know, also the graphics you're watching, if you're watching it on YouTube or something, those are the same graphics you're going to have in the game. Because remember, it is not 60 FPS.
Well, that's the thing. All the footage that they show is 60 FPS. Like if you actually look at it. So that's the thing. They're only showing PC. Like any of their promo is all like, this is run on a PC. So most people don't care about it. The only thing I will say is that how is the PC version $60, but the console version is $70? That is weird to me.
Here's the answer.
Console
Material.
tax. Whatever. Anyway, then why is the
material?
Why is the digital still 70?
Because they can't make the 170 and then the digital 60. Doesn't make sense. They'll make it all one thing for the console.
I'm a software person. They could. It's just a matter of
here's my thing. I don't disagree. But then they make no money as a company if they put it out on PlayStation at $60 and then put the actual hardware, like the hard case and all that stuff, out at 70. Marketing wise, it doesn't make sense. I get you on
y'all should have just made it 60 if the PC version gonna be 60. Anyway,
they should have made it fucking 40.
Yeah. But we're gonna be playing Gotham Knights, guys. I know I'm ragging on it, but hopefully people have said, and it's possible. It depends on if the developers are. I don't want to say lazy or not, because I don't do game development. I don't want to downplay it that much. But a lot of people have said it's possible to do a patch like Spider-Man. They did it. I think Spider-Man Remastered runs all the way up at like 120 frames after a patch. So they could do a patch. They might not. Jacob was going to get it early, but apparently what you said, your GameStop didn't actually drop it early.
Wasn't doing an early release. And then as I was like driving home, stopped at a red light, got a tweet notification, and it said the reviews are in for Gotham Knights, and I was like, "Oh, not looking good, looking good at all." It's a lot of the reviews are in the 5 to 6.5 range out of 10.
So, being somebody who used to work at GameStop, here's what you're going to do: you're going to wait for about 3 weeks, and then there's this holiday that is the worst holiday every year. It's called Black Friday. You're going to wait till then, and the game will literally be $40. Buy it then.
As someone who doesn't want to be spoiled, because we just said earlier on this podcast, spoiler culture is ass. I'm going to buy the game now. I've already paid for it. So, but I think it does have, from what I've seen, I haven't seen any spoilers either, but I have seen redeeming qualities, even though it looks like, 30 frames per second is going to be some ass, but the gameplay does look like a lot of fun, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna have fun with it.
I think the best part of it is probably going to be the playing with people, like regardless of what any reviews say, because the reviews are going to be about the story, the performance, the writing, the nitpicking of gameplay features. I think majority of this game is going to be a lot of people putting out videos together, content, having laughs, sharing fun together on the streams. And I'm not mad at that. I probably will still, what I'll probably do, I will probably go ahead and get it on console. And then when it goes on sale on Black Friday, I'm going to get the PC version to just like have a more optimized experience. I don't know, or I won't. Who knows? Anyway.
I know that they probably have multiple people working in the rating of games department, but IGN, I just looked it up. IGN rated Gotham Knights a 5 out of 10. And they rated, it was a separate person, a separate reviewer, but they also rated Marvel's Avengers a 6 out of 10. So by IGN standards, this is a worse game than Avengers.
Damn.
Yep.
Not looking good.
So I actually saw a tweet. I apologize, because this is about Gotham Knights, and this is kind of funny because it just goes into like the whole packing, like maybe just packing too much into your game. There were people who were like, my eyes hurt looking at this. Like, this is the like customization menu, and it's just, there's a lot going on. And I do get people's point, like, to a degree, this can be a lot. Like, Spider-Man's skill tree is, really nice because it's like you got 3 pathways, and then like there's a couple of divergences here and there. This is like you got 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 28 different like mod upgrades per suit, melee, and range. That's a lot. And that, if it was an RPG, well, I guess it is an RPG. I don't know. It's kind of like we talked about Starfield that one time, the game that they said has 1,000 planets, and we were like, why? Like, you could have just had 5 really good ones. Like, I don't know, they maybe could have had like 10 really good upgrades for each thing. But 28, like, that's a lot. Very grindy. I'm not a grindy person, but anywho, away from Gotham Knights, we'll talk more about it after it comes out. This is being recorded the 20th, the day before it actually drops. We'll be doing a little bit of playing this weekend, more than likely.
We haven't got to experience it yet, and the internet's always harsher than I feel like.
Absolutely.
So.
Really, like the internet's harsh
before you see the positive, if that makes sense.
There's negative on the internet.
Anyway, Marvel Snap is a new mobile game, and I've played pretty much all the Marvel mobile games that there are. Like I enjoyed Contest of Champions. It wasn't my favorite. I know a lot of people love it. It's obviously continuing on after years of success. But I've been playing this one nonstop. I find this one so much fun. It's just a lot of fun. You basically get different characters within the Marvel universe, and each card has a different ability based on who the character is and what they do, and it's a lot of fun. I just wanted to plug it for a second. I'm not getting paid for it. I'm just telling you it's that good.
Samuel L. Jackson got paid a pretty penny though.
He did.
Yeah.
I was so confused watching this because he came on an ad from something the wife was watching.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this the trailer for Secret Invasion?
How exactly did everyone find out about this before me?
Someone left your termination papers on a printer.
Fury, I'll try to spare the world from evil overlords better next time. Oh, that's right. It's not going to be a next time.
The decision has been made.
Your replacement has arrived. Yeah, and they put together a fantastic team. I mean, Spider-Man,
Fantastic.
Gamora, Dr. Doom.
Squirrel Girl.
This makes no sense.
Dr. Doom?
It will when you meet them.
You're my screensaver.
Are you out of your...
That is a hilarious promo, bro.
Yeah.
They almost had Nick Fury drop the F. When are we going to finally get the first F-bomb in the MCU?
It'll definitely be Deadpool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain America. But yeah, no, really, I mean, really neat. I'm not a big mobile game person, but I have been known to dabble.
That was one that I'm like, wow, this one's actually really decent.
I've heard really good things. I mean, they obviously do really well to pay Samuel L. Jackson bukus of money to get on there.
Well, I know they've put a lot into this, even with like creators like us, to push it on socials and stuff like that. So they really want this to do well.
Well, good. I'm not mad at it. Shoot, we'll probably see TikTok promos for it soon. They'd be like, have you seen this new mobile game? If you love Marvel,
we know somebody that's getting paid to do it.
Oh, well, it's not me.
You and I met him, Jordan.
Oh, okay. Good for him. Speaking more into the Marvel game space, this week, actually, and I don't remember if we had it on the docket. I think I just talked about it with y'all. I probably did talk about it while we were playing Fortnite or something. A lot has come out about some different PS5 exclusives because apparently it was slated for PlayStation to have its annual PlayStation Showcase this week. They revealed that they were going to have it this week, but have pushed it back due to arguments with the Microsoft Activision deal, which had me confused. I was like, why are y'all delaying because of Microsoft's deal? But it's Sony's arguments with Microsoft and Activision, I guess, because of trying to figure out, are Activision titles going to be exclusive to Microsoft? And I mean, if they are, oh well, that's just me personally. I'm just kind of like, look, man, they bought the company. Fuck it. You've had your exclusives for years. And but in the revelation of all of that, there was a fan who decided to hit up Insomniac, and they were like, hey, it's been a while since we've heard about Spider-Man 2. And Insomniac Games has come forward after seeing that fan's concern about Marvel Spider-Man 2 being delayed and says, we're making good progress, and it's still slated for 2023. I was actually, I was really happy to see that tweet. It was good news to hear because, yeah, I mean, it has been radio silence. We've had a lot of games be delayed lately. I've kind of come to expect it, like until they have I can't even say until they have a concrete date, because there were games that were announced and then like literally the week before they were supposed to come out. Forspoken was one of them. Forspoken was supposed to come out 2022 in October, and I think like in August they were like, yeah, it's getting pushed back to 2023. But yeah, Insomniac said don't have any concern. We're making good progress. Showing games takes time, effort, resources, and coordination. And immediately when I read that, I was like, dang, Sega could have taken a note out of that book, because remember when Sonic got shown at first? And people blamed IGN for that, but it's like Sega had to approve them posting that.
It's not like they got sent the video.
Yeah. It's no different than if we have a sponsored post and it's like, you got to be like, here's what I made. Is that cool? Like, so.
And not to go off topic, but you brought up Sonic. Did you know that people on the internet, go figure, are saying that Mario, the way he looks, is just as bad as the original Sonic looked for the movie?
Yeah,
and I was just like,
I think we breezed over it after Comic-Con, and it's nowhere near the same conversation.
Yeah, like not even close.
They're like, oh my god, his eyes aren't the exact same, and it's just like, what do you mean?
Back over to Marvel though. Got another game, Wolverine, possibly being released the same year.
Yeah, apparently there's Microsoft documents that have been like released, and according to Microsoft's knowledge, Wolverine is coming out the same year as Spider-Man 2. I don't foresee that happening. This apparently is just
like a March, December.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but I think that Insomniac maybe initially just said potentially 2023, and I think Microsoft probably just ran with it a little bit too hard. But yeah, because knowing Insomniac, I mean, knowing any company, you wouldn't want to have just too many releases back to back to back. I mean, you could often make sure that each one is polished and well done. But
that's kind of messed up. Microsoft was like, oh, y'all want to come at us about our exclusives? Y'all done had at least 286 exclusive titles. That shit petty as fuck.
That's it. That's all I can say about this one. I'm excited for Wolverine, but being as how, like, I don't know, we got a trailer for it the same time we did for Spider-Man, so I'm not like, I wouldn't be shocked if it also comes out in 2023, but at the same time, like, how are you splitting the workload in Insomniac?
Yeah, and I agree, because I think that there are similar directors and different higher positions and animation people working on both, so I don't feel like they would release them same year. And the only way Insomniac doing it, wouldn't it probably potentially be a shared universe with the Spider-Man PS4 game?
No, they said it's not a shared universe.
I don't know who said that.
Well, that's ass.
I forgot. IGN, somebody Nerdist, somebody said that they'd come out and said it's not a shared universe.
That's a different thing. You're talking about how there's all types of Marvel games from different studios. It's confirmed that there's not a shared universe among Marvel games, but within the different publishers, like when EA puts out its Iron Man game and Black Panther game, those could be, if they decide to. Spider-Man, Wolverine could be if Insomniac decides to. Marvel Games VP just said that as far as from Marvel Games perspective, there is no Spider-Man and Wolverine is also connected to Iron Man, is also connected to Black Panther, is all they said. The only other thing I was going to say is I kind of agree with Jacob. I think that they're just kind of running with the fact that they just listed out exclusive titles that were set to, because Horizon already came out. Horizon's in that list of stuff. They said Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, Horizon, Final Fantasy 16, and Forspoken. But Horizon Zero or Horizon Forbidden West already came out. Unless they're talking about the remake or remaster. I think a remaster is coming out again. Anywho,
I mean, I could see it, like, because they've been working on both those games for a while now. So if one studio's been done with, like, so if CGI and like all that, whatever nonsense is done, like one department's done with something, moves on to the next one, and they just conveyor belt it. Like that piece is done, this is done, they're moving on to something else. Like I could see like a March release of Spider-Man right in the spring, and then like a November, December for Wolverine, because it could be right behind it. They could just be working it, just like Marvel movies, like they're just pumping stuff out.
Yeah, and I was gonna say Miles Morales was a similar thing where they apparently were working on that while finishing up.
Mm.
Now, granted, that's a little bit of a different beast because they run on the same engine,
Right.
same city, same map. They just kind of beefed up Harlem.
Mm.
But anywho, 2023 is hopefully looking bright for gaming. Hopefully, more games stop getting delayed. I do appreciate it's kind of like what we say for movies. I appreciate that it's like we got those trailers for them.
Mhm.
They're not giving us too much. Granted, it does suck to have radio silence for so long, but they are like, we're trying to take our time so that we can release on time as opposed to like throwing a bunch here, it's coming out, and then, you know, not dropping it for.
It's almost like when they gave The Boys the first like 4 episodes, I want to say it was, before the new season came out, they were unedited. So like everything was just like, and there's some of them was just drawing board stuff, like it was just voiceovered. So, you know, they don't want to give us stuff that doesn't look good because Insomniac is bought by Sony bought them.
Sony
So
bought
now
them.
it's a little bit more important. It's like not this basement mom and pop store, you know, like Sony wants them to do well. So
it's the Nobu. It's the Nobu of gaming. Speaking of unfinished and Jacob's like, what? Speaking of unfinished and throwing stuff out and giving away too much, we're entering the wonderful Psy section of the podcast. Jacob's favorite section that he came up with and will continue to do because we just got to get into the stuff that is just worth a heavy sigh.
We have two
It is
different
October
sighs.
20th. But
Two
yeah,
different types of sighs this week. The first one, and I from Adam's video, I believe he shares the same sentiments. Black Adam.
we won't say too much because it's not even actually out at the time it's recorded.
Because obviously, even by the time that this will be posted, it's still a fresh movie. But I will say things that I liked and then things that I disliked. Things that I liked, I did like the music. Dislike, I did not like the popular music thrown in there. I thought that one song was enough, and then they threw in 2 more, and I was like, it became a little bit too much. Acting, I thought acting was really good for Hawkman and really good for Cyclone and Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. And I think it was some of The Rock's better acting, but I don't think it's good acting. I'll just leave it at there. But everyone, if you've listened to the podcast, you know my opinion on The Rock. I don't care for his movies. But this one was definitely it was a step in the right direction for him. Other than that, there were 2 very large cringy moments for me that I was just like, man, if I saw that prior to editing, I would have been like, no, take that out of the movie. That is horrible. It's bad. I won't say what those are, but we'll talk about them probably in the next couple of weeks.
I can't wait to see them. I'm gonna call y'all. I might even take my wife's phone.
Honestly, Adam's probably like, what scenes are you talking about? And that's okay, but there's 2 moments to me that were like, oh, this is bad. Like, just not good.
Are they the X-Men scenes?
The what?
The X-Men scenes?
What do you mean?
I think he's
There's
trying
like
to equate it to like an X-Men moment.
There's 2 moments in the movie.
I'm talking about the moment where
speaking in code.
They basically tried to do the, hey, you mess with Spidey, you mess with New York. You mess with
yeah. No, I know what you're talking
that
about.
scene, and then the Fant Four Stick scene at the end of like, wait, say that again.
No, my cringe was, I don't want to say cringe because that's such a heavy word. The thing that bothered me with the movie was like, there was a lot of X-Men pulling from this. So it's literally the Blackbird coming out of the school. I mean, let's be honest.
Oh, okay. I can understand that.
And then tell me that wasn't both the Quicksilver scenes from the X-Men movie.
I did also feel that heavily.
And I'm just like,
I was like, are we really?
Did you just do Quicksilver? Like, are we doing? Is this happening? And then like you even had a classic rock, like not a classic rock song, but a classic song for it, and like something to go with it. And I'm just like,
I will say though, This movie was really weird to me, and it's a movie that I will agree with critics on that it was a 5 out of 10, but at the same time, it that's why it's 5 out of 10, because it's causing me to go
I just don't know.
It was really good, but then there were really bad parts.
I can watch it again. It's not like it's unwatchable.
It's not something I would sit down and watch at home again. It's something I'd be like, yeah, I've seen it. I don't want to.
I'd watch it again at home just to watch it.
Out
But
of
like
all the DC movies, though, I think this lies with some of their weaker ones. It's not the weakest by far. It's still a decent movie.
it's weird. It's like so it's a 6.3 for me. It's a 6.3 for me. But like my thing is like it's not that it's not a horrible movie, but it's one of those things where it's like it's a good step forward.
And this is like what I was saying when I said if this movie's been 15 years in the making.
Yeah.
I understand that that's been shelved so many times, but after 15 years, there had to be a reason that people were like, "Oh my gosh, we need to keep this on the slate," because we've had so many other movies canceled, so many movies not like gone, like they just completely were like.
Do you know why they kept it on?
We've had full-on movies that were filmed say, "Nah."
Do you know why it was kept on?
Say that again.
Because you know why it was kept on?
Because he tried his hardest and he kept pushing for it.
He makes billions.
Yeah,
at the box office. Like,
but this movie was
so I've created a visual for you fellas. If I could actually zoom it in, I guess I can't. So where are we at? We here.
No, like what do you
no, Adam said 6.3.
Yeah, 6.3.
No, but you said something about on the scale of all DC movies. So like, what's the best DC movie?
Oh, you talking about like SP, like S tier?
The worst DC movie within the DCEU is Wonder Woman 3 or Wonder Woman 2. I think we can all agree on that, right?
I think we can agree on that.
Suicide
you
Squad.
hate Wonder Woman 3.
Okay, you could say the Suicide Squad, but Wonder Woman 2 was just.
I can watch Wonder Woman 2 again. I'll never watch the
really?
first
I would watch
Squad.
the Suicide Squad again.
That's I've never watched Suicide Squad.
But
again.
Anyway, those are the two. Those are the two lowest. It sits comfortably above them.
It's not far gap for the rest of them though. Like I mean, like if you look at clear runaways, it's Wonder Woman, Shazam, Zack Snyder, Justice League. What you have, whatever you think about it, whatever you think about it. I'm just saying, like the movies that you would put in a higher tier.
Just like here. It's like here.
Man of Steel. It's all
yeah, Man of Steel, things like that. Like, and I tell you what, Jake. I tell you what, Jacob. If that movie was made more in the styling and dramaticness of Man of Steel, 8.
Yeah.
Like if it was done differently,
kind of like
a little bit.
What Man of Steel was made as, because obviously, and people have felt their way about this. It was a little bit of a darker Superman.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the tone that needed to be given to Black Adam.
It was a typical rock superhero movie, is what I'll tell you.
For me, I don't even think Man of Steel was a darker Superman. I think it was just more realistic that he was an alien.
I agree.
Obviously, S doesn't make any sense to aliens. So, like, the whole thing with people saying it's darker, I don't personally see that. But
I meant like literally dark. Like it looked darker.
Oh, okay. I get you.
Like
yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, too.
Movie, though, like, other than what I said already, Hollywood continues to put this yellow sepia filter over anything that happens in or near Egypt, and it's fucking stupid. On top of that, I don't know what kind of research The Rock did on Black Adam, but this was definitely a different character than the comic book character of Black Adam.
I mean, you got the pose down.
Very different. Sure, you got the pose down.
You got the chair pose.
You got the chair pose.
And
the Rock's ears are kind of already like kind of pointy, so I was like, I don't care about that thing. But
did you see when? Oh, I was going to say something, but never mind. Well, I'll pull.
Talk about it offline.
Say that
later.
Towards the end, I won't like spoil anything.
Yeah,
the villain CGI was not good for me.
It was Steppenwolf original Justice League for me.
It's definitely better than the shit Marvel's put out lately.
Yeah,
I won't say. I'm not going to trash it. I don't know what you're humming about. I'm just saying. I think personally, it's better than some of the CGI Marvel's been doing lately, as far as She-Hulk and some of these other projects that they've spent millions of dollars on.
Still think She-Hulk is better.
I can't agree with you on that, bro. She-Hulk was $12 million an episode or whatever, and that was bad.
Wait till you see the CGI on Steppenwolf here.
Well, the thing that I was gonna say about, because Jacob, you were bringing up the Marvel projects. Did y'all recently see where people were like, "Please take me back to this," and it was the Thanos fight with Doctor Strange and like how good visually that was. You can roll your eyes like you want. I agreed, and people were like, "Shang-Chi was great." Shang-Chi did have good visuals, but I mean, the CGI demons and dragons were not that great.
I thought the dragons were really good CGI. I think the demons lacked. I think they were just like,
no, but I agree. Like Phase 4, we love Phase 4, but it ain't.
You got to look at the quantity difference between one to the other.
Well, but that's also my problem, and I've said that before. I personally want Marvel to stop putting out so many.
The Russo brothers would never release some of the shit that Marvel is releasing right now. They'd say, "No, we need another year, or we need another month, or something."
Or hey, let's buy 3 more teams. Like,
or spend more money, or give up on what you want. But like with what Jordan is saying, I've seen like the arguments online of just like, man, Doctor Strange 2 like didn't even come close to Doctor Strange in Infinity War and Endgame, because he really was slinging that magic, especially in Infinity War. He really was slinging every type of magic he had in Infinity War. It was wild. I will say though, outside of the villain in Black Adam, outside of that, I think the CGI was really good. I really liked a lot of the CGI other than the villain. I think Dr.
They're
Fate,
sitting there fucking sleeping at their desk. They should have time for it.
Anytime Dr. Fate is using magic, I was like, holy shit, this is great. And I tweeted it already, and I'll stand by this. In one movie, Dr. Fate sealed himself as the cinematic sorcerer on top of Doctor Strange thus far. I think his magic in this movie was just so beyond anything Doctor Strange has done. And it continues to have like a solid representation throughout the entire movie. That's just my personal opinion.
You know, Adam gonna hate on DC no matter what they do, even if they.
I actually don't hate on this movie. I dislike the movie. Yes, I don't. I think it's great. I don't hate on it. I think it's, like I said, a good step forward. It's confusing a little bit, but now that once I'm done with this, Jacob, we can move on to the next thing. It's a moving forward, which someone has moved away from DC now, but it's confusing because now we don't know the path. Because yes, we've got a piece there.
As someone who didn't see it, for both of you, did the hierarchy of power change?
I think it definitely showed you that like there are beings other than Superman that people who haven't picked up a DC comic should know, like, oh, that's a threat. Like, that's a fucking threat. It's not just Superman and then Batman and his kids. Like, it's Superman and a bunch of.
I would be interested to see a fight, like if they actually made it between Shazam, Martian Manhunter, Black Adam, and Superman. I'd be very interested by that. In this cinematic universe, I would be very interested to see if they could do that.
Not taking anything away from obviously what happened in the movie. I haven't seen it yet. But we all know there's been the announcement of finally getting Man of Steel 2. We talked about it in the last episode. We know Shazam 2 is coming out. I don't know if either of you have seen like the animated movie, but y'all think we're going to get that scene of like Shazam having the chance to kill Black Adam and then Superman's like, don't do it. Have y'all seen that?
I don't think we'll get that scene. I think if they're going to take any scene,
I think we could.
I think if they're going to take any scene and they're going to also do what Adam just said of Black Adam v Superman v Shazam or Captain Marvel, whatever you want to call him, I think the only scene they could take is Shazam holding Superman and going Shazam and getting him struck by lightning and then
that was a good one too.
I think that was a good one too. That is one scene that has stuck with everybody. Like the fact that both of y'all were like, yeah, like that's just one scene that everybody's like, I fuck with that scene.
Speaking of Shazam though, and going away in a bolt of lightning, as Adam said before, somebody for our next part of the side section.
This is
Shazam the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, this is sigh relief. It's okay.
This is a good sigh. So Walter Hamada has left as president of DC Film Studios, whatever you want to call them. Thank God.
That man said, "I'm going to get milk."
Yeah, I mean, it was the last of that old regime that Discovery and everybody been trying to get out. He's out. So this is also part of the people who didn't want. So spoilers. Hold on, spoilers, real quick. We're gonna say some names and do some things. If you don't want to know anything about like DC kind of things happening right now, close your ears. But
Skip
this is part
ahead
of,
like 20 minutes.
not 20 minutes.
Okay,
This is gonna
skip
be
ahead like
this is like 5 minute thing.
Okay.
It's quick. This is part of the regime that didn't want Henry Cavill to come back, so he's gone.
And like he's even said in several interviews, The Rock has been like, yeah, there were just some powers that needed once they were uprooted, we could do what we wanted to do, and obviously now they're uprooted. So yeah, the fact that I don't know, I mean, I can't hate on the guy because I don't really know his opinions on the matter, but if Walter Hamada was trying to basically restart everything, then maybe that would have been good. But I think fans just love Henry as Superman so much that.
Well, you know the other reason why that happened, right?
What happened?
Henry and Dwayne share the same agent.
Oh yeah, I mean, I knew that. I mean, I knew that
Oh.
they shared a lot of the same people that they worked with too, and that they were friends. And I just think, as much as I want to say, like, thank God Walter Hamada is out, that leaves a hole of, well, who's in? So
To speak to your point too, because you were mentioning fans loving Henry Cavill. I think some of it too is just he didn't really get a lot. Like, I know that we've been saying like, oh, everything doesn't have to be about Superman and Batman, and that's true, and that's what's a little frustrating about things like Batgirl getting canceled, us worrying about Blue Beetle, although it seems like everything is still good and kosher for it to come out. But it was like the thing of he got Man of Steel, he comes in Batman vs Superman, dies at the end. We figure he's going to come back. Then he comes back in Justice League. But then after that, that's when everything just kind of fell apart. He never really got a second movie.
And he was barely in Justice League, technically.
Yeah, I mean, was literally barely in Justice League. So like, it's one of those things of like, if it almost felt like we never got to see his RDJ potential for the DCEU. Like, Man of Steel happened, and feel how you feel about it. Like, I know people were, Superman doesn't kill. Oh my God, he broke his neck. But like, to see that internal struggle for Superman on screen back in 2013, I was like super just impressed with what they did. And like, now looking back, I'm like, dang, if he'd have gotten like a Man of Steel 2 and then like a Justice League and then like a Man of Steel 3 similar to RD, like he could have been an RDJ of sorts with the DCEU. So
I mean, I don't think outside of that, I mean, I think when the conversation of Superman comes up in any room, you'll hear Christopher Reeve and then you'll hear Henry Cavill. I think those two are the ones that you're immediately like, those two. Other people may bring up other characters like Brandon Routh and even the voice actor for the animated Superman
Tom Welling
for years, and Tom Welling in Smallville. But I think those two are just the ones that you're like, holy shit, they really poured everything they had into.
I think it's a not hard debate of Henry over Christopher. Like it's I think it's very neck and neck.
What I was gonna say too is every Superman before Henry very much was, we are trying to emulate the precedent that Christopher Reeve set. Whereas Henry Cavill Superman was like, kind of like you said, instead of it being an S for Superman when he's an alien, it's like, no, this is a symbol of hope. It just also happens to look like a human S. Like, it was a chance to have a different defining take on Superman. So yeah, it's just one of those things, but hopefully we'll see some good stuff.
Well, we're going to see some good stuff because there's been tons of news now coming from DC via the Hollywood Reporter. Hollywood Reporter is actually not bad. Before we do that, though, do either of you know of a publication on Twitter called, where is it? Hold on. Called Marvel Updates.
Yeah.
Is that one real?
I don't know. RPK follows them. RPK is a legit.
They're like 50-50.
All right. Well, they just broke that Adam Driver has met with Marvel.
Yeah, I was seeing that rumored that it was for potentially a Fantastic Four role.
Oh, is that why Reed Richards is trending?
I don't really
I was
think
wondering
he would be a good Reed. I think he would be I think he'd be a great Doom. But
That's what somebody else brought up. But
I
again,
kind of don't really want him to be Doom. I don't know why. There's just something in me that's like, don't put him as Doom.
well, it'd be fun. It'd be interesting, right? Like you went from
The big villain in a trilogy to the big villain.
Well,
in
and not
Marvel.
only that, like a masked villain. You went from Kylo Ren to Doom now. Like
You're
like
just
you
known
only
for
can
your
do
voice,
masked.
it's really all you
Yeah,
got.
like I don't think he would be. You know who? I was on a podcast the other day, and somebody said the same thing to me of like, oh, this person can't do that because not Romanian. And I was like, okay, everyone keeps saying that, but like, give me a Romanian actor that could play it. And so they couldn't. So I typed it up real quick, and it was like Sebastian Stan was the first one that came up, and I was like, well, wouldn't that be something interesting? But
They could
one of
make
the
Bucky Doctor Doom, you know,
right, like a multiverse thing. No, but the main actor from Bridgerton 2 is Romanian. He would be interesting as a
Really?
Doom to me.
You said say that again. You
Bridgerton
said
2. Yeah, Bridgerton 2.
Bridgington.
Yeah, Bridgerton 2, the new one. You know, the English show on Netflix.
Bridgerton.
Oh,
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton. Okay.
Bridgerton, that's
I was
it.
like,
Sorry.
are we
I don't
talking
think
about
I've
a
heard of
movie?
Bridgerton.
Yeah, Bridgerton. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, I wouldn't be mad at that.
he's
He was cool.
he's English, but you know the white English guy. I
Yeah,
forget his name now, but yeah,
I don't know
he
his
would
name
be be pretty fire. Not a bad
Is
looking
that
guy.
the
so-
audio on this may just be a random thing, but is that the audio on TikTok that's like, that is where my allegiances lie?
Yes.
Yes.
Him.
That's
Okay.
him.
That's him.
Yeah. Even just from the voice acting there, I'm like, damn, this guy.
Yeah,
is-
he would be pretty good. But DC's got a couple things coming out now. Going back to what we were doing. Flash 2 script is done.
I said it in a video already, talking about the news. Yeah, because I think we didn't mention all the DC news last podcast,
No,
did we?
we did very little because not all of it. I think some of it came out. This is the only thing I think we kind of knew was a Superman thing, because
Yeah.
of
After the Superman stuff announcement, yeah, they announced script for Flash 2 is done.
Yeah.
My immediate take is Ezra Miller better not be involved because Ezra Miller
facts.
got charged for 2 felony burglaries. I know we said we wouldn't talk about them anymore, but
So
it comes in the conversation. But yeah, on trial, pled not guilty, facing up to 26 years, but also only $2,000 in fines. I don't get that.
wild. But the thing with that one is, let's see what the movie does. Could, you know, at the very end they put somebody else into it. They've, you know, maybe hired somebody else for it. Who knows?
Wally West.
But I would go for that. But then, like, if it isn't, and they do go back to Ezra, both of you know what my question is. Then, when we get some Ray Fisher stuff?
Yeah, in the midst of all the DC announcements, somehow we managed to hear nothing about at least. Well, it's funny because a lot of people did point out, like, Ray Fisher literally said the Warner Bros. Executives were a problem, and now all of a sudden everybody's like, yeah, these guys are really a problem. Get them out. But then it's like, didn't y'all cut Ray Fisher from the Flash?
And I get
for
Ray has
saying
said
this?
something, and I get Ray has said some things like publicly and not in a good
Maybe
light and
broke
things
some
like that.
NDAs
So
and
yeah,
stuff.
so like I get it, but at the end of the day, like, a human being was mistreated and made to look like an idiot, and like everything was fine, cast out, just blacklisted, whole nine, and now proved to be right basically, and not one thing was said. So they don't need a public apology, but like, you took him out of the Flash, you took the movie away from him. It's not like you don't have the things. Cyborg is a DC character for Justice League. If you're gonna do Justice League stuff, you need to have Cyborg.
He literally is the only character that they made no mention of. Because yeah, we got a confirmation of another Superman movie, Flash 2 script,
Wonder Woman
is apparently
3.
done. Wonder Woman 3 scriptment, which I guess that's the like searching for script writers or something like that.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, Batman Now in all of these projects is basically the Stan Lee cameo because he's in all of them.
Yeah, Batfleck
Adam
is
in that I don't know how to describe it. In the poster scene of the movie.
Yes,
None of it. No,
not one cyborg in that poster scene.
wow.
So we can't tell you this. So there's a little boy in the movie, big Justice League fan. He's got posters all over the wall. Aquaman is there. Wonder Woman is there. Flash is there. Batman is there. No Cyborg.
Wow. So sounds about white.
Yep. The caudacity. The caudacity.
Just like, damn, y'all took the one black man out. It was
Mhm.
crazy. You could have literally just put a generic face on the poster. Man, that's wild.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me. It's all DC. Never mind. Technically, this is a DC news. DC might lose one of their actors,
Who?
and it is interesting how we're going from this to the other. Yaya,
Oh,
who
that's
plays
right. That's right.
Black
You did-
Manta,
you-
he might be joining Marvel to play
Wonder Man.
Wonder Man, which we all three of us know how that's gonna go. Not bad because he's a good actor, but we know what the internet's gonna say. Caudacity. Anyways, moving on to the Batman, not Batman, the Batman, the good Batman.
Which is a separate universe.
Separate
It's been
universe,
confirmed,
completely separate.
universe.
One's a good universe, the other one is this dumb DCEU shit. We're getting 3 new things from them. We are going to get a Professor Pig, Clayface, and a Scarecrow. Great villains, great gallery. Going to be awesome. I am the most excited about Scarecrow.
I can't tell you how excited or how happy I am with Matt Reeves, and I really wish
You want Professor Pig, right?
I'm literally my favorite Batman villains in order are the Riddler, Mr. Freeze, and Clayface. And Mr. Freeze has already been heavily rumored for the second one. So I'm like, holy shit, is Matt Reeves just like the same kind of Batman fan as me? And like so far, Professor
related?
Pig isn't one of my favorites, but as far as what they did with his character in Arkham Knight, the video game, and as far as what they've done with Scarecrow in recent media, like in the recent comics, the recent Halloween comics that
Had him in Titans just now.
I know a lot of people didn't like him in Titans, but his character in Titans, and also his character in Arkham Knight as well.
No, nobody liked the actor in Titans. He's actually not allowed.
The actor I could care less, but the
he's a
character,
douche.
the role itself, I thought was great. But all 3 of those characters, as soon as they listed them, I was like, y'all could have listed so many other people.
And Professor Pig is such a like deep cut, unless you read the comics or watch the animated, like because he's in the animated
Or played a
bit.
game. Yeah.
Or game, but like he was in Gotham as well. Don't forget.
Yeah. No, he had a good arc in Gotham.
Yeah, great arc in Gotham. So that's a great one. Like Clayface and Scarecrow, a little bit more known names. But what's up?
I was gonna say, Panda Red had a really good video because people were like, "Oh, Clayface," because I agree, I want to see Clayface too. And a lot of people, there's been the argument of, "Oh, you can't bring anyone with superpowers into the Matt Reeves; it's too grounded." Although he could still be grounded and still, I think we talked about it, it's like Adam, you were like he could be shape shifting or whatever.
Not sure, like Chameleon, like the Chameleon, where like it's all prosthetics and things and stuff like that and everything.
Like he's
they could do it
or whatever.
I think Matt is a genius when it comes to certain things, and I think how he can see that. I think he'll still keep it grounded but like almost like an acid accident, and like most of his face is missing, and it's just all pieces that he puts on to change.
Yeah. So Panda Red made a video where he talked about, most people don't even know. It's kind of like how y'all say cut from the comics. Most people don't actually know.
Yeah.
Original Clayface didn't have powers.
Right.
Original Clayface was, which I didn't know this. Jacob, you probably knew this because of how much we love the Harley Quinn show. Didn't realize the Harley Quinn show was making a satirical bit on the original Clayface being an actor. I had no freaking clue. So yeah, they were saying they could go with the serial killer Clayface, who was a Clayface from acting in a movie, and he went crazy because
kind of like a Zaz, but not like so crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm excited. I know some people were saying that these were going to be shows, but I'm fairly certain the announcement said they're going to be movies.
They said both. It says movies and series.
Yeah, I could see Professor Pig and Clayface probably being the shows and Scarecrow being the movie.
Because Scarecrow's a more known villain. So
yeah, and I think the Scarecrow could be a very good movie, especially within Reeves's world. Because I mean, look what he did with Riddler and how like psychopathic he made Riddler.
Oh my god,
this is gonna be.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Because we're recording this, so we're not going live. I might watch the Batman this weekend just because, like, I know it's a long movie, but like,
it's worth it.
He did really well world building in that movie. Like, he made me immersed in the universe in 3 hours, what the DCEU been struggling to do for me for a minute. So I hate to go
I
back
agree.
to that, but it was a very good
and
movie.
even the way he, like, in the very beginning of the movie, nobody noticed it. Riddler's in the window across from the nightclub. You can see him in the window. He's there. So, like, it's just little intricate things that, like, he puts in there.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, his detail's crazy. James Gunn's working on a mystery movie. Guess what? It's not Cyborg. And then
He's apparently got a couple of things that he might be working on too.
Look, we know he's working on the spin-off, a secondary spin-off to the Suicide Squad, which is very confusing. It's just like Fast and Furious and the Fast and Furious. It's like Suicide Squad and the Suicide Squad. But so he had a successful The Suicide Squad, came out with Peacemaker. Peacemaker was a huge hit.
Second season of Peacemaker.
He's working on second season of Peacemaker, working on another character from the Suicide Squad as a spinoff, and he's working on another project and a mystery project. We don't know what either one of the other projects are, so why tell us it's a mystery? Both of them mysteries to us anyways.
Don't nobody know what nothing is.
Yeah, seriously. Henry Cavill is set to return for Man of Steel 2. Super.
I thought that we talked about it on the last episode, but apparently we didn't.
I don't think we did. I think it was like I think what it was.
I think we talked on live. Like, we
talked about it. I think we talked about it, but we talked about Rock ruining Black Adam.
Oh, it wasn't a Man of Steel thing yet. It was just
he's back. So why aren't you doing a Man of Steel? Which, by the way, it's like a millisecond, but whatever. Hot D finale this week. Look, I don't care what anyone says.
You just
I'm
completely
getting Big Dragon on Big Dragon, and they messing each other up. I cannot wait. We are going to see the biggest dragon
that's right, Jacob,
ever seen.
I was about to be like, dude, you're spoiling for Jacob right now. I forgot. You caught up.
No, I just wanted to go back because we ran over it. But J.J. Abrams does still have his Superman film still on track, even though it's not in the DCEU. It's more like a Matt Reeves, like it's a side universe kind of thing. But I just want to say before we completely move on to Hot D, this has been a fully DC podcast so far, and we're an hour in. So I just want to say to the powers that be who have made this, whether it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, James Gunn, everybody at Warner Brothers, like, good shit, because like people haven't been talking about DC in a while. And like, we can make faces and say things are bad, but like, y'all are still trying to put stuff
I didn't say anything's bad. I'm just saying.
Adam just wants him to say something about Ray Fisher.
Do we not? Well, I do, but do we not remember the trailer we got last year? 2022 is the year of DC, and then Warner Brothers is poor, and they can only give us Black Adam. I'm just saying. I don't disagree. It's good. It's a good step forward. But look, I can say I'm going to make $1 billion and have a mansion in a giant swimming pool. It might not happen until 90
on Christmas, where you give me a sweater that's the wrong size. I'm like, that's okay. I'll take the receipt and go get a different size. Adam's like, how the fuck didn't you give me the right sweater?
Yep, 100%. Actually, funny thing, like legit thing about me that Jerry knows. If she doesn't think I will like it, she will not get me anything. She'd rather give me nothing than give me something, because I will sit there and go, I don't like it. Because that's just who I am. I'm honest.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Anyway,
So,
I'm just gonna say I'm grateful to anybody if this ever gets out to anybody within Warner Brothers.
I'm gonna keep the same energy that we had.
I'm keeping the same energy too.
No,
my same energy.
Shut up. I'm gonna keep the same energy I had a little bit ago. I'm woefully optimistic, but I'm going to believe it when I am sitting down in the movie theater.
There you go.
They apparently want to get I don't know. I think Adam asked me something, but people have been like, how long you think it's going to take before we actually see some of these projects? It's going to be a minute.
I asked you the other day for the thing. I don't think we see all these projects we're talking about till the end of 2035, probably.
Jacob's
you give me that look.
Hot D.
Yep.
I am fired up now. I am
Hot D finale. Cannot wait. Dragon on dragon.
The biggest fucking dragon we have ever seen.
I mean,
how the fuck is that
Godzilla
little
versus
dragon
Godzilla.
gonna win? How is that little? Actually, Toothless did it.
Bro.
Never mind.
David, how did you do that shit with Goliath again?
Yeah, he did with a slingshot in the eye. But I can't wait to see Damon ride that big bitch and just fuck shit up. Cannot wait.
By the way, did y'all notice that Amond is just Damon with the D off the beginning and at the end.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. Somebody was like, yo, Amon wants to be Damon so bad. Even his name is just Damon with the D moved to a different spot. I didn't even think about that
These
shit.
dyslexic motherfuckers
always
over
like
here. Seriously. Jacob, you're gonna have to talk about the next thing.
His jaws a lot. But yeah, hot D finale. I'm excited too. Big Dragon, woo woo.
The Safdie brothers who did Uncut Gems, which was a really popular movie. I still haven't seen it with Adam Sandler. Apparently are making which this has been known, another film with Adam Sandler. That's been known. But it's now fully confirmed that the next movie they're doing with him will take place in the high society culture of, rich people collecting cards, as in baseball
I did
cards,
see that.
basketball cards. And I definitely can see Adam Sandler making this, especially with what people have said about his performance in Uncut Gems.
Oh, it's fantastic.
His performance in movies like Click, where he's had very serious
That's
moments,
exactly where I was going.
where he's had very serious moments. Like, I could see another fantastic film on the Safdie brothers' hands.
You remember that one moment
need to
when it's
watch
raining
Uncut
towards the end, and he's like,
Yep.
he has a really think that entire movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So
Underrated actor because he's been in so much random shit, but it truly
Dude, Adam
is.
Sandler be killing. Adam Sandler is one that at a point you could have argued similar to The Rock, like, oh, he plays the same guy, or like Ryan Reynolds, where it's like, oh, it's just like he's playing himself. But of that, he has given so many facets. It's great. It's great. I need to watch Hustle. I heard it was actually
Hustle's
like
really
pretty good.
Yeah, Hustle's another good one. So Creed 3, we finally got a trailer, got a date for it, March 3rd next year. I'm excited and also sad, I guess is the best way to put it. I grew up on Rocky, thought it was great. Loved Creed when they started to do it. But this is the first time we've had a Rocky franchise type thing without Sylvester Stallone involved at all. The company's moved away from him. He's arguing now, like legally trying to go after them and try to get back the name and everything. But Michael B. Jordan's directing it. It's his directorial debut. But look, you've got Michael B. Jordan, Tessa Thompson, and Jonathan Majors in this movie. It is going to be an acting class. There'll be a buffet of eating that all of you are going to watch. This is going to be fantastic.
I heard someone say this, and it's actually hilarious. It's basically a multiversal Marvel movie.
I think you and I were talking about that.
It's like legitimately, you got Killmonger, you got Kang, and you got Valkyrie. First of all, Jonathan Majors looks scary. He looks like he is about to sock Cuz out multiple times. I was in a live with someone, and they mentioned, and it's a very interesting perspective for me, that I'll say, is that the movie touches on a subject that I think most people don't think to tap into. Obviously, it looks like Adonis is in a different place. He's now coaching. It looks like he's helping people in like the prison system. He's got a daughter. It's giving very much, I made it out the hood, and now my friend who's still kind of in that life is looking at me like I'm crazy and I abandoned him. Which is a hard story to tell, and I'm excited to see how Michael B. Jordan does with his directing debut. It looks like it's going to be a good one. I didn't even think of it on that level until I was having a conversation with someone. I was like, dang, yeah.
So
it's
ready?
It's very much like I made it out the hood, and now my friend from the hood is like, where's my cut? What
you're talking about the story for Creed 3?
Yeah.
So his is just he was in prison for the last 18 years because
no, I know. I'm saying they were friends growing up, like in the trailer. So the point, the underlying tale is a black man who made it out the hood, and then like he's trying to help people along, but you can't help everybody through the door.
Speaking of Majors, though, we're about to get a major dose of him. So later this year, Devotion, which looks fantastic, comes out, and then February, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and then Creed very next month, March. three
Oh my God,
major
we
movies.
get to see him kill Ant-Man before he beats up Adonis Creed.
Literally said that in the video already. And then we have filming right now is Magazine Dreams. It's called pre-production is another movie called The Man in My Basement, and then the next two movies he's working on, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars.
That man he got some checks on checks on checks. Also, I'm trying to look like him. Did y'all see them pictures of him cooking in the kitchen and holding a dog in the pool? Like, I had this conversation with T. I was like, I feel like I need to go make a smoothie and go jog.
Facts. I yell at Jennings all the time about that. I'm like, like I see you at the gym, it makes me want to go to the gym. I hate you. Another rumor is Sacha Baron Cohen, you know, wow, or Booyaka Shah, our boy Borat.
Booyaka Shah.
Yeah, or Ali G for the OGs out there, is apparently rumored to play Mephisto, but like this rumor is kind of getting a little confirmed here and there. So like, who knows what's really going to happen?
Like one of those rumors that I'm like fully like,
I don't care.
I believe it now. I believe it now because knowing Marvel, even though the She-Hulk finale said one thing, they're so campy.
Yeah.
And they're not going to make Mephisto the actual devil as he is and taking away children from Wanda or from Peter Parker and making a deal with him. He's going to be this like funny, like goofball kind of character.
He's going to be a Howard the Duck, basically.
It's going to be like him on the Powerpuff Girls.
Better to play it than Sacha Baron Cohen. So like, I actually fully believe this because it makes sense with trends and makes campy characters.
It would kind of have a Hades vibe the way that you're talking.
Still evil, still Satan.
Yeah,
but
more Ursula from Little Mermaid. Like evil, but like funny.
Dang, man, I actually like the Mephisto from the Ghost Rider movie. People can't at me, but
no, I do too. Good Mephisto. Very.
But something that is confirmed. Han Solo's coming to Marvel, baby. Harrison Ford has been cast as the general himself, so we all believe Harrison Ford's going to be Red Hulk now.
Yeah, and I said this. I apologize to Adam already, but I said this last week, and I said I was pretty sure it was confirmed. It just got confirmed like literally the day after I said it was confirmed. So,
yeah, it wasn't long after.
It is confirmed now. It would have been a really odd rumor if it wasn't confirmed, but
correct.
Yeah, he's confirmed now. And back to rumors. Rihanna is reportedly recording the credits song for Wakanda.
2 tracks.
Yeah,
2 tracks apparently.
Now here's my only thing I would say, and I know both of you aren't sports people. She is doing the halftime show. That I know you both know. We're into week 7 now. Oh yeah, we're going into week 7 now. Not a lot of football left. So once the movie comes out, it's beginning in November. Then the Super Bowl's not until like February. It's a long time in between. So even if she does that, there was an announcement that she's going to be doing stadium tour next year as well. Like she'll probably have a new album. I guess. I guess, but like I just don't think I could see her doing it. It's more her style.
You know what someone said to me? They was like, this is proof that babies are expensive no matter where you at in life, because she trying to work all of a sudden.
Yeah,
you talking about Super Bowl, if she's really doing these tracks for the movie, and she talking stadium tour, them fucking diapers must be expensive.
Oh, Jacob, did you listen to Kendrick's last album? Damn.
That wasn't Kendrick's last album. Kendrick's last album was
no, not this one.
The last album that I listened to.
I mean the one before this one. I'm saying. So I know the new album. I'm saying last one because like they had a hit song together on there. I could see Kendrick and her getting back together to do a couple songs for Black Panther because Kendrick did so well with the last album, and I would like to see it. But if it's true, it's true. If it's not, it's not. I'm not worried either way. I think musically, they're going to do fantastic with this because even with the trailer music they're giving us, I think it's so good. I
absolutely because this is still in the rumor mill and it's still in the realm of Marvel, but it actually went a little more with the Star Wars. But y'all went over to Rihanna a little quick. But I just saw this. Your boy Anakin Skywalker apparently is also rumored to come to the MCU. But what I hate about news like this is that it says rumor, and then the next thing, oh, actually, no, this is Giant Freaking Robot, who actually everyone was saying the rumor was from. Giant Freaking Robot tweeted that he may join, and we hope it's Silver Surfer.
I think he's monotone enough to be Silver Surfer. I could see it. The voice doesn't. I just don't. I'm not one with the voice.
I wonder if Jacob's kind of like people I'm seeing. There's a couple people on timeline who are just like, I honestly don't want to see him come to the MCU. Like,
but I don't need these big actors. Don't be DC. Don't be DC.
People.
That's why I don't believe the whole Adam Driver. And I saw this one as well. I don't believe either of these just because the actors that Marvel consistently pulls in, other than maybe a couple like Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson, they're not super well known. And they usually only have like one thing claim to fame wise, and it's usually either Game of Thrones or.
Well, let's be honest, both of them too. One was rom-com, the other one was like comedy. Basically, that was it. Chris and her.
They were in a very niche when they were big.
They weren't a niche. I mean,
I don't know. Chris Evans was definitely on the rise because at the point where he was cast, he was doing Push. He also had done like the Fantastic Four movies. He had also
the Fantastic Four movies will put him out there. That was it. That's what I'm saying. Like he was nothing until Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four kind of put him out there.
And then Scott Pilgrim.
No, I get you. Like he was doing things, but it wasn't like he was like
as compared to everybody else. Chris Evans was in everything comparatively. Like he was just in a lot of shit compared to like these random people also Paul Rudd. Other than those couple of actors like that, Mark Ruffalo too, like a lot of the side characters they've been pulling mainly from just they're a good actor from Game of Thrones or from this other special or this other movie
from Friends.
Them and they pull them over.
I mean, Paul Rudd. I mean, let's be honest, they got him because of Friends. No, okay.
I didn't
really care for his character in Friends.
I didn't either. I was just fucking with you. Twister 2. Does everyone remember Twister back in like 1975? Apparently Jordan's doing size now.
In the size section.
Fucking bringing stuff from the 80s.
Twister 2 is getting a sequel. Apparently, they're working on that. And then I just saw they just announced. This is what I do love about Netflix. Sometimes is like they have so much shit going on. They're like, we don't need to announce anything or talk about anything. We're just putting it the fuck out.
We're just gonna fucking release it.
Yeah,
we're just gonna press the fucking
47
button.
Ronin, which was a Keanu Reeves movie 9 years ago. They're doing a sequel. It's called Blade of the 47 Ronin. Comes out literally in 5 days. As of the 20th. Comes out October 24th or 25th. I'm sorry. So
Netflix just be like, we are throwing shit at the wall.
And that's not like a small project. That'll probably be a fairly decent project. And then right after that, Halloween draft. Oh, I was like, why did we put Halloween draft? I was so confused.
No, we were talking for a couple of weeks about possibly doing this new part of the show that's basically like a draft, like an NFL draft, but we're doing it with movies or actors or TV shows, whatever. So this week, we were thinking about doing a Halloween movie draft. And when we say Halloween movie, we mean anything. It can include Halloween, the holiday. It could the whole movie be about Halloween, or it could just kind of make you feel Halloween vibes. Like, somebody like Freddy versus Jason kind of thing. It's not a Halloween movie, but it's definitely like Halloween vibe. You have other movies, that they're just spooky, like Casper the Friendly Ghost. That's one that's just like, it's not a Halloween movie, but it's about a ghost. So basically, it either includes Halloween or includes something that makes you feel Halloween-esque. So murderers, ghosts, werewolves, spiders, whatever. So we thought we would just do a little draft of maybe our top 3, top 5, whatever y'all want to do.
Probably top 3 Halloween movies, and we can just go in order alphabetically, or
so that's Adam, Jacob, Jordan.
Or we can do Jordan, Jacob, Adam, or Jordan, Adam, Jacob.
We're doing that right now.
Yes. You had your movies.
Three
You had
Halloween
a-
movies, Adam. You got it.
All
you
right,
only
let's
gotta
go.
do. Oh, but if someone picks one, you can't
You
take
can't.
that
Yeah,
one.
that's the thing.
Right. So you just need like maybe at max 6.
All
Anyway,
right.
I can
All
go
right.
first if you need me to.
I know. I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Scooby-Doo the movie.
Okay,
Classic
that
one.
wasn't on my list. That wasn't on my list.
That one. The one where Scrappy was an asshole.
You get that.
That's me. My number one.
My first. Oh shoot. My first one's gonna be Mean Girls. She says, "I'm a bunny." Duh. That one
Halloween's
includes
in it.
Halloween. It includes Halloween, so it's still a Halloween-esque movie.
Arachnophobia.
I have
Ew.
no idea what that is.
It's a whole movie about spiders taking over a city
Oh,
and
hell no.
killing
I'm
people
not
and
watching
stuff.
that.
So it's basically a bunch of spiders the size of what's his name? Aragog.
No. They're regular sized spiders. They're just tarantulas, basically tarantulas.
So what you're saying is that movie would give me nightmares. All right. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Leave it up to Adam to have the one that's just gonna be disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Twitches. Disney Channel
That
original.
was on my list. Damn, that's a good one. That's a good one. My next one then, I guess, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I got Halloween in that one, which I just found out. I haven't read the Halloween or the Harry Potter movies or the books. Apparently, Voldemort killed Harry's parents on Halloween.
Yes.
That's fucked.
I didn't realize that. That's fucked. He came knocking at the door like trick or
Trick or
treat. Avada Kedavra.
Rob Zombie's Halloween.
So is that the one? Which one is
It's
that?
like 2016 or something like that.
So it's the first in the new trilogy.
No, these
No?
new ones are
Separate?
different. Yes. So it's 2018 Halloween. So the original Halloween one, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. That's the
Got it.
4-pack.
Okay.
The Rob Zombie ones were way different. Halloween, the first Rob Zombie one.
Okay. All right. Last one.
My mother would disown me if I didn't pick this one. It should have been first on my list. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Oof.
First of all,
I honestly didn't think about that one, but that was.
I
good.
thought about it. But the other thing is, did you know this is the first year ever it's not going to be on network television?
It's not going to be on
Because
TV.
Apple owns it. It'll only be on Apple.
Mhm. My mom
Wow.
was so angry when that happened. I think she.
I'm okay.
So think about that. Jordan, think about this one, though. Everyone says that, right? That means Charlie Brown Christmas also will not be on.
My mom will lose her shit because she's not paying for another streaming service for real. Like I know we
don't
say
worry.
that and then something happens.
Don't
But,
worry. A Christmas Carol Christmas is going to be coming out. And Ralphie's back.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure she DVR'd it, but like I wonder when they pull it off if you had it DVR'd, like does it get taken away?
Depends how much room you have. I don't know. No, it won't
Anyway.
be taken away. It's on the DVR. It's yours.
Well, actually, they might have got rid of cable at this point, so I don't know. But yeah, my mom loves Charlie Brown. It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and Charlie Brown Christmas. So it's a tough year this year. She's gonna be really upset because she literally watches that on repeat during the holiday season.
All right, Jordan, pick a letter, A, B, or C.
B.
Adam, pick A or C.
A.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with C. Zombieland is my final plug of Halloween movies.
That's a good one.
That's a good. I love Zombieland. It's fucking great.
It's your last one, Adam. Adam's got like a vast movie catalog, bro.
I had one in my head and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a really good one. And then we got off the topic and then my fucking ADHD kicked in and now I forgot what the fuck I was gonna do. So
It's okay. We'll do another one next episode because it's still the Halloween season.
It's fine.
I can list off the ones that I was gonna say because they're really good.
No, we're good. God, a Halloween movie.
I may be tripping right now.
Yeah, right.
Can y'all hear her?
No, I can't hear her.
Oh, okay. It's funny. I can watch the wavelength on my sound. I'm sorry, I'm ruining your ADHD even more. But
Yeah.
I keep watching it like rise up and get real close to getting over my noise.
Invisible
suppressor.
Man.
That's a good one.
That's a good
That's
one.
a good one.
It's a
That
really
junk, I remember that junk actually like made me cry as a kid because like
The other one I was going to do was The Fog, was another one I had in my head. But Invisible Man was a better one.
I
'Cause
really
people are-
wanted to
That's
say
good.
I really wanted to say Halloween Town, but that was my
I did too.
that was my choice B, and Jordan said B, and I was like, fuck.
I'm not gonna lie, like legitimately, I was like, I know so many Disney Halloween movies. Like as soon as I
it
say
was
them,
either
I'm like,
Halloween Town or Haunted Mansion, and like with Eddie Murphy, and I was like,
Wait, were we doing just movies or like Halloween themed things?
just movies.
I was because I would have said the first season of Stranger Things.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
could you consider that a movie? I mean, it's a really long movie.
It's fucking 9 hours and
I
some
was gonna
nonsense.
say it's like an 8-hour movie.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, as always, this has been fun. It's been something. We will.
I don't
be
know
back
when
next-
this is premiering. It'll come out Saturday probably. So have fun watching it
Sure.
this weekend.
Well, yeah, it'll be on. It'll be YouTube as always, and any other place that you listen to your audio podcasts. Make sure you go there. And as always, do not forget.
I love you 3000.
We love you 3000. We will see you later. Until next week. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.